stimulus check update for millions of Americans.
Yep, and they're great people. Incredible people, what they've had to go through. Very few people could have gone through this kind of thing.
Recently, President Trump signed a number of executive orders. Now, the biggest question is that will Trump really send the $2,000 worth of stimulus checks funded by the tariffs money? We have some very important updates to share with you, and we also have a great news because this is something that millions wants to know, and we finally have the details that you deserve to know. So before I begin, all I need is just a little favor. It takes 2 seconds to please hit that like button on this video. So without any further ado, let's begin. So recently, President Trump signed a number of executive orders, and right now, as we know that inflation is going up, and you need the proof? Look at this. Nobody's spending $17 on an egg sandwich. Restaurant owners say inflation forces tough menu choices. Well, this is huge because inflation is certainly going up, and we're in the middle of a shutdown, and right now millions of Americans are confused that what's going to happen when it comes to their finances. And suddenly Trump talking about giving $1,000 to $2,000 worth of stimulus checks to Americans. Well, a number of analysts, experts, as well as lawmakers are calling it a political stunt, but at the same time, equal number of lawmakers are saying that this is a great move. Look at this. Will Trump really send $2,000 worth of stimulus checks funded by tariffs? The President of the United States wants, through multiple financial policies, to improve the economy of its citizens. Do you believe President Trump, and do you really think that is going to happen? Because a number of Americans are in favor of these checks. Before I move forward and give you the details about this, I would like to ask you this very important question. Do you support this $2,000 worth of stimulus tariff rebate check to millions of low and middle income Americans, especially to the people who make $100,000 and less in a year? If you do, then write in the comment section, I support stimulus checks. Again, if you support them, then write in the comment section, I support stimulus checks, because remember, if you don't do anything, nothing will happen. And do you know that you can save around $1,100 when it comes to your Medicare plan? That's why I partnered with Chapter, where you can get unbiased help from a real person absolutely free. All you need to do is to call the number on the screen, 212-461-4492. Again, the number is 212-461-4492, and get the help that you deserve absolutely free. Now, let's move on with the details of stimulus payments. Donald Trump has revived the idea of direct stimulus checks for US taxpayers, but with a twist. They would be funded exclusively from import tariffs revenue. As you already know that President Trump placed reciprocal tariffs on almost every country in the world, and according to President Trump and this administration, US is receiving billions and billions of dollars every single day from these tariffs. And if US is receiving this money, then it's going to be really easy for President Trump and this administration to give a portion of it to millions of struggling Americans. And that's what President Donald J. Trump said recently to OAN Network. He said that we are thinking about giving $200 billion to American people. And he also talked about it to Fox News and said that I'm actually thinking about giving a dividend or a tariff stimulus check to millions of Americans. And this check could be from $1,000 to $2,000. We're still thinking about it, but it's going to be a great idea for the well-being of millions of struggling Americans, because according to President Trump, previous administration means Biden administration left a mess for this administration and for American people. They are struggling and they deserve some sort of support in these difficult times. We already know that there's a government shutdown, and President Trump made a very important decision recently where he said that despite the government shutdown, I'm going to pay American troops, and even if I have to use the tad of money to pay them, I will do it. And he ordered his administration to do this as soon as possible. Now, if he is paying American troops with tad of money that US is receiving, which is a great step, then it's very much possible for President Trump and this administration to give a portion of this tad of money to struggling Americans. Because according to the recent surveys, the popularity of President Trump is coming down, and a number of lawmakers are saying that if President Trump is going to give this stimulus check to millions of Americans, it's going to be a political stunt which will actually increase his popularity yet again, and he will gain the support of millions of Americans. What do you think about it? Do you really think that if President Trump moves forward with this stimulus check plan that is about $2,000 to Americans, will he regain his popularity? Let me know in the comments below. What do you think about it, and what is your opinion about it? Because always remember, your opinion matters the most. Moving on, unlike the stimulus checks issued during the pandemic, this version would not involve issuing debt or increasing inflation. Well, why? Because he's gonna use the tad of money, but we cannot ignore the inflation right now. Why? Look at this. This is from Fox News, and you know that Fox News always talk good about President Trump according to a number of analysts and experts. This is not my personal opinion, but nobody's spending $17 on an egg sandwich. Restaurant owners say inflation forcing tough menu choices. So if inflation is here, then giving $1,000 to $2,000 per person, it's the ideal thing to do right now. What do you think about it? I know that a number of you commented on our videos that when these checks are coming. Well, I will believe it when I'll see this amount getting deposited into my account. Well, you are absolutely right. But you need to understand that these things doesn't happen overnight. There has to be a pressure. And right now, as we can see, that not just American people, but a number of lawmakers are also pushing this administration to approve this stimulus check plan. And one more thing that we need to understand, that President Donald J. Trump is the person who announced the possibility of these checks, which is a great thing right now. So remember that if you feel that these stimulus checks are the solution of many problems that Americans are facing right now, then again, write in the comment section, I support stimulus checks. I will see you in the next video very soon. Till then, please take care and have a nice day.